Us JDM fans have been cursed with the curse of the face of round 4 JDM.
Yeah,
in his corner,
dude.
Demoralized, dude. It was like a harrowing experience witnessing what he did, controlling him in that way. It's humiliation. It really is.
Well, his face almost looked like, the beginning of the fight. I was like, man, JDM looks mad. He looks pissed. He looks like he knows he's in for a war, right? He knows he's going against one of the GOATs of this time. And come round 3, 4, even the 5th one, I felt like he was opening up presents for Christmas and he didn't get the toy he wanted. Like, he felt sad. He felt like something was wrong, right? Like something was wrong. He was flat-footed, not getting off, not using that crisp boxing. And Islam did a great job of not allowing JDM to scramble, not allowing him to be able to, he would get on this post like this, and then Islam would reach across and do 2-on-1, just basic wrestling, and pull him off that 2-on-1. But I thought it was an amazing fight. I thought it was a great fight. I know a lot of people out there thought it was
You're lying. You're lying. You are lying. That's not I like DJ. If that's an amazing fight, what is Adesanya Gastelum? Is that like epic. Supernova like epic? Okay,
epic. I think we're in a time right now when it comes to mixed martial arts where you have to go into the fight appreciating what the athlete is doing, right? Like, okay. Is it like, is it Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards? No, it's not. Is it Charles Oliveira versus Ilya Topuria? No, it's not. Even those fights were ended quickly. Obviously Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates got to the second round, but I have a appreciation for the way he went about doing it and being able to just dismantle somebody who beat the bricks off of Bilal Muhammad, right? So yeah. Was it am I going to rewatch it and be like, God damn, this fight was fucking amazing. Oh my God. No. But I think it's on the note of an amazing of like how he was so technical, being able to put JDM on his back over and over and over again.
I can meet you in the middle at great performance. Let's just, you know what? Let's just put our hands together. It was a great performance. But it wasn't a great fight because JDM got dominated, and that doesn't make for a great fight. Like, he got held on the ground for 5 rounds. I think Makhachev threw 0 significant strikes in round 5. And I know that he was like in moments cranking JDM into discomfort, but we never saw him jump a guillotine, a dash choke, really locked in where he rolled for it, or go for an arm at any point, or at one point he attempted like a straight arm lock on Jack, and it wasn't really there. It almost like I don't think it was a great fight, to be honest with you. It was a great performance from Makhachev, but my great fight is like, I'd give Merab Umar is a really good fight. Like, that's a solid fight because they're both going back and forth. They're scrambling. There's moments. There's twos and throws. But people are like, I think there's Makhachev fans. And listen, there are Makhachev fans. And they want to see him win. And I get that there's the other side of that coin. But to say it's wow, you can be happy for his victory. You can be happy for his performance. But I wanted to see more. Yeah. I wanted to see more. I think some of the crowd wanted to see more. They were walking out before the end to beat the traffic. That's never good for the pound for pound number one. But with Makhachev, again, it's like Chimaev. I think it's the same situation. He dominated Jack. We can talk about the technicality of the fight a bit more in a second. But I think it's the same with Chimaev. He moved up to face a bigger opponent, and it wasn't smushed him into whatever I want like he did at lightweight, and like Chimaev did at welterweight in moments as well, or against lesser opponents at middleweight that are a bit smaller. But when they fought someone bigger, the bigger opponent can survive where the smaller opponent can be manipulated into things. Like, he could manipulate Jack away from what JDM wanted. Yeah. But he couldn't manipulate him into what he wanted. Like, he couldn't just force him into a dash choke, or then the scramble would occur and maybe he'd lose position. Who knows? So instead, he just kind of just took away everything Jack wanted. Got wrist control every time he tried to post up, cramped him up on the ground every time he tried to get posture. So it was more just Makhachev keeping Jack away from anything he wanted once he had the initial takedown. And as far as the initial takedown, I mean, 4 for 4 on double legs.
Yeah, because
we don't see that from him.
Yeah, and I think it's because, when I was doing the breakdown, each time Jack got taken down in his previous fights, it was always in the middle of the octagon. When he was against the cage, he was always successful. And prior to this fight, going into it, Craig Jones and us exchange words, and I was like, if Islam shoots in the middle of the octagon, he's going to get it. He goes, yeah, we kind of know that, so we're trying to prepare for that. But I think, how in MMA do we get to a point where, we can appreciate, I think we're in the middle here, like you just said, but I feel like a lot of fans don't appreciate that. Like, it's mixed martial arts, right? Like, I'm even, I'm at the arena here in Tokyo with Michael, and Michael's like, oh man, I heard the fight was just horrible. And I was like, I wouldn't say it was horrible. I wasn't fucking horrible. I was like, one guy just got dominated. Like, we're in this age of mixed martial arts where a guy absolutely dominates somebody. Everybody's like, oh, the fight was horrible. It fucking sucked. I understand, like you said, we want more, but you got to take it for what it is. And like, hey, that guy just way fucking better than another guy. Like, there's nothing he could do. And I said it earlier during the stream. I was like, I think it was a lot better for Islam to go up and fight JDM just because he's a welterweight champion. Like, if he would have beat Ilya Topuria at 155, it's like, I just beat another smaller guy. Granted, I don't think the fight would have gone like that, or maybe it would have, but, Islam
would be more competitive. I think 155 Makhachev he'd be more competitive there. At 170, it's like, again, lighter man skill. It is lighter man skill. Lucas Tracy recently re-retired for the second time in his career. But this might bring him back. Another lighter man skill situation. Where the guy moving up just has this technical advantage over the guy at the higher weight class because he's been in a tougher talent pool in his original weight class to grind through the lightweight regional scene at 155 and to go through the unranked area of the lightweight division, all of the names that he had to go through of like this college wrestler, this jiu-jitsu black belt, ADCC this, I mean, like Davey Ramos and Chris Wade, and you come up against these specialist styles, Thiago Moises, who has jiu-jitsu. Whereas at welterweight, it seems like it's more like Prates, he smokes and he drinks and he's powerful.
Yep.
It's not like there's this well-funded, like even Michael Morales, he has Olympian parents, but still there's not like that like it's not the same as it is at lightweight, with how the foundations of these guys. Even Jack's a teenager who picked up MMA and is a fucking scrapper.
Yep.
And he gets by, but at lightweight, you have to be an Oliveira or a Makhachev or a Habib, and then the exception is McGregor, but he's like the 1 in a million does it because he just has this different thing about him or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's why I said mixed martial arts is the easiest sport to become a world champion in, because you can have deficiency somewhere and you meet somebody who's like, oh, dude, you can't wrestle? Oh, perfect. I just take you down and put you on your back and take you off your post over and over. And, like you said, they don't have that depth of knowledge of the martial arts side of it. Right, like you said, Charles Oliveira started doing jiu-jitsu when he was fucking a kid, and he's done jiu-jitsu his whole entire life, and then list just goes on to those guys. I never looked at it that way though. Like, when you think about that, how you just said, like, the talent pool at 155 from the beginning that Islam went through was way tougher. And when you said that, like, I don't know what Bilal Muhammad's background is, I don't know what Leon Edwards' background is. Kamaru Usman, wrestler, right? Before Kamaru Usman, I think it was Tyron Woodley, wrestler.
And look what they did on their. They got to the championship. You're naming champions here.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas to name people with this background at lightweight, I can point to unranked guys, that are outside the top 15. But Bilal had a college background in wrestling, I'm sure. He wrestled at school.
Yeah.
But it's different. The potency of their credibility is different for sure.
Yeah. Well, and wrestling doesn't start. Yeah, and I think that wrestling doesn't start. It's not like they're wrestling when they're 5, 6, 7, right? They start wrestling, oh shit, I'm in middle school. I don't want to play basketball. I'll start wrestling where, like you said, I'm sure, when we had Islam on, he started, training when he was in like I think elementary. That's what they do over in Dagestan, right? So, but
Yeah,
I think it was a great fight from Islam, taking out your boy JDM. And I like JDM. I think he's great. I think he does a lot of good stuff, but I just think he could not answer for the 2 to 3 years at Dagestan. You good? And they invited Craig Jones over there as well to show him how the jiu-jitsu needs to work.
Yeah, he might need 4 to 5 years in Dagestan. I'll be honest with you. It's not 2-3 years might not be enough in Dagestan, and